Hello, 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 hello. Whoop. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Hi, Nestra. Hi, Sterling. If Rattata had an iron form, it would be Gratata because the cheese grater. For real. How am I? I'm doing pretty well. For some reason, my body has detected that today is a day that I was supposed to stream, so my cough has come back a little bit. So that's fun. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. Other than that, I went this morning and I made the Neon's Fake Decks entry for Bloomette. So that's up now, so you can check that out if you want. And then I was mostly just chilling until stream. I've been having a decent afternoon. I hope you guys have been too. You know, how have you guys been actually? I'm curious now. I am curious now. How have you guys been? Anything fun? Anything fun this Thursday? This Thursday slash Friday? First half of Friday? You're waiting on the huzz to help him get his license as an insurance agent. Ooh. That's cool. That is pretty cool, actually. I'm still, personally, I'm still in recruitment hell, so I'm glad to hear at least somebody's making progress in that field, you know? I should probably check my email later today, but you know what? We're not gonna worry about that right now. It's stream time. And, since it is Friday, we are going to be doing some good old-fashioned documenting. And I actually want to go back... Hold on. I actually want to go back and edit a few things. Because... Oh, if you didn't know. The newest version of the Neon's Fake Decks add-on has been uploaded to Modrinth, so you can download version 2.9.3 now, and you can play with both of the Batmons and all the bug fixes that I did, and all the balancing stuff that I did, so you can go play that now. It is available. You can update your worlds, you know? All that fun stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, after I uploaded the updated version, I'm immediately like, okay, now it's time to change more things, and just put it in the next update. So I've already made a few changes to a couple things. First of all, before we get ahead of ourselves, I balanced the base stats for some of the starter Pokemon. And I haven't updated this documentation yet because I wanted to do it on stream. So I was just like going through all the starters, and I'm just like, these starters are so pathetically slow. It's like for a Pokemon that you're almost guaranteed to have through the whole game, they're like slow as crap, and they're not gonna do like anything with their speed stats. So I did some stat redistributing to specifically the Furly line and the Bublam line. I left Tindurus untouched. But we are going to just copy these and then paste them here. And then fix the formatting. 11. Boop. Okay. Okay, maybe we're not gonna do it like that. Maybe we'll do it the old-fashioned way. 70 attack, 55 defense, 35 attack, Okay, yeah. I lowered Furley's special attack to give it some extra speed points. And then, let's see here. As for Canopine, I think I did the same thing. I lowered this to 45. And I lowered this to 65, so I can make the speed 60, which still isn't great. But it's like, what else am I gonna do, you know? And then, as for Cybertops, his old speed is 50. I redistributed that, so his new speed is now 70. But we are gonna knock down his special attack by 5. And his special defense will go down to 85. How did I distribute this? 100, 130, 90, 55, 90, 55, 85, 70. Okay, well, I guess I must have gotten that wrong somehow, because here's the new stat spread. Cool. As for the Bublam line, I also made them faster. As a matter of fact, I made Tarovis, like, significantly faster. Like, it is like multiple speed tiers faster than it used to be, which is good, because Tarovis is supposed to be fast. It's like, it's lore that it's like a fast fighter. I think I lowered Bublam's defense. Yes. Bublam is not physically bulky at all. It's more specially bulky. And as for the middle Evo, we got 80, 80. So this should be 80. And then this should be 80. And then I think, did I also lower the defense? Yes, I did. 55. And then this is 45. Okay. Then we got Tarovis. Tarovis, I made base 100 speed from 75, so I actually gave him a ton of speed. Lowered his special defense to 95 because I felt like 110 special. Like, I don't think he wants more special defense than he wants speed. I think that was a stupid decision on my part. 75. And then 55 attack. And then I believe that's everything. Yes. Okay. So there's our rebalanced stat spread for Tarovis. Should make him much more of an optimal pick in terms of, like, a mon that most people are going to have on their team for a long time. So, all's cool. The other thing that I did, and this is what I'm excited about, is I didn't open Cerebi before stream. That's cool. Let's fix that. Boop. Okay. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. I'm actually going to find the... Let's see. I'm going to find the ability entry for Refrigerate. Boop. Because I have changed Dynafly's hidden ability. I figured out how to do... I, like, went in earlier today and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just make this ability because it feels like it would be easy. So, Dynafly's hidden ability is now a new ability called Detonate. Aerial, no backlight. It is an ability that changes normal moves to fire moves and then boosts their power by 20%. And Pyrowork also gets this, because, you know. I did some testing, and I found out that a level 60 Pyrowork with this ability can do like 99% of a level 100 Cybertops' health bar with Explosion. So that's pretty cool. And that's with no stat, like, investment. That's with just, like, you caught a fresh Pyrowork off the street. No EVs, no IV training, no nothing. So this thing can one-shot a fully evolved Pokemon 40 levels higher than itself. So I think that's pretty funny. I'd say pretty comfortably at that. But yeah, that is the extent of the like new stuff that I've been working on. Let's see. Do I have my template? Yes, I do. Template. I need to duplicate this. And we are going to do 021. We gotta make Caffalo. That's who we're doing today. We gotta do the Mud Cows. Caffalo. National Dex number 21. 21. Good thing it's not red. 21. Okay, I don't remember. Is this thing... I legitimately don't remember if this thing is water normal or normal water. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do water normal. Because I think that makes more sense because it becomes water ground. So it makes sense that the secondary type changes. Now I need the artwork. Whoop. That's another thing I did today. I went and I got like this kind of artwork for all the newer mons like Vampira and stuff because I didn't used to have those. Oh wait, that's not right. Okay, I feel like there can be less spaces between these two because I feel like boop. I feel like it can be like that. That feels about right. 2.7. 2.7. Okay. This classifies as the waiting Pokemon. No idea what its height and weight is. It's probably gonna weigh like 112 pounds. Give or take. Probably like 2'4". Which would be how many inches? That would be 28 inches. Which is 0.7 meters. And then we've got 112 pounds to 50.8 kilograms. Okay, and then its capture rate. We can say its capture rate's like 250. A pretty high catch rate. Very early game Pokemon. As for its abilities, I don't remember. I think this thing was supposed to have a custom ability, but it's like a really complicated custom ability, and it's not even like that good. Because it would have made him immune to like 5 moves in the entire game, and it's like, well, I mean, it's niche. He doesn't take damage from Mud Bomb, but like that's it. So we're keeping it the same for now. We're keeping it own tempo for now. Own tempo. He can evolve in a dusk form, Bovenile. And then his hidden ability is Sap Sipper, which is pretty dang nice. Or it would be if he wasn't weak as crap to begin with. Let's see here. Okay. Own tempo. Cannot be confused, cannot be intimidated. Pretty nice. Well, actually, the intimidate's completely useless because this thing's a special attacker. When did you learn that you gave your Pokemon a stupid ability? Well, I feel like I knew already, but I did learn just how stupid it was right now. But I feel like I think I had a feeling beforehand. Where's Sapsipper? There it is. Sapsipper at least is good because it removes Bovenile's only weakness. But unfortunately, it's like an Electros situation where he sucks regardless, so... Which is sad, because I like Electros a lot, and I like Bovenile a lot, and I wish they were stronger. And then you can be like, well, Neon, why don't you just make it stronger? It's your Pokemon, and I say, shut up. I want to use Psyduck as a reference for this thing, honestly. Where is Psyduck? What's Psyduck's experience growth? He is, like, right here. Psyduck has medium fast. Okay, that's fair. Well, I can literally look at it right here. It is medium fast. I'm an idiot. Chat. I literally have his, like, data file pulled up on my other screen, and I'm just like, I'm going to reference not that. Yes, I will reference nothing. What EVs does this guy give you? Probably special defense, right? No, speed. Okay, that's stupid. Whatever. 1, speed points. Okay, that's fine. Egg cycles, knock that down to 15. He is in Water 1. And, hold on, how do I format this, actually? Early, you're in 2 egg groups, right? Monster, grass. Okay. I put, like, a dash between them. Water 1, field. Evolutionary chain. What level does this guy evolve? He evolves at, like, 33? I think? No, 29. Hey, what's a Pokemon that evolves at level 29? Does anybody know before I look it up? Pokemon that evolves at level 29. Let's see, 29. I saw something say Sandile. Oh wow, they weren't kidding. Okay. Okay. Let me pull that up real quick. Sandile. That's in the Unova region. And where is it? Here he is. Literally the only Pokemon that evolves at 29, by the way. Boop. I believe this is 0.52? Yes, okay. Delete that, delete that. Delete that as well, and you are not a Cafalo. Whoop. There's something in my eye. Ah. Okay. Now we can put this picture. Yippee! Wide Bovenile. There we go. Okay, and then I can put some. Nope. Like that. That looks about right, right? That looks about right. It doesn't look centered. Hold on. Ah! This is bothering me. Dude, okay. We're going to do that. That works. Okay. That's centered, right? What is it like on, like, Dynaflight Pyrowork? It's also not very centered. Okay, cool. I will proceed to not worry about it. I also need to figure out their spawn pool world because I did not pull that up. Spawn pool world, we need Cafalo. Okay. Booty boo boo booty booty boo boo booty booty boo 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 boo. Hashtag, okay, it should be hashtag Cobblemon is fresh water and then uncommon. Okay. What else? We need the dex entries. That's easy. We go here, 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 here. Pull up the dex entries. You can't see them, but I can. And I need Kefalo. Whoop. I spelled spatial wrong. Gosh dang it. Why did nobody tell me? Well, okay. I'm gonna have to add that to the changelog. Fix the spelling error in Cafalo's dex entry. Whoop. Boop. Okay. Yeah, these cows would be stupid for real. I forgot how dumb I made them. Is that a bad thing? I forgot how stupid I made them in the dex entries. They really are just idiots. Okay. Okay, time for the ultimate move time. Level 1, they learn Tail Whip. And they learn Water Gun. And at level 4, they learn Defense Curl. Okay, can somebody explain to me why the hell that Defense Curl is spelled with an S, but defense in all of, like, the code stuff is spelled with a C? Excuse me? I don't get it. Learns Tackle at level 6. I mean, I guess. It's not really beneficial to him in any way, but you know what? We take it. And then at level 8, it learns 2 moves. Learns, Mud Sport and Water Sport. Because, you know, this cow is built like that. Level 11, it learns Horn Attack. Ooh. Because Pokemon hates us. Hi, Porygon, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. What's up? How's your day been? They spelled it like that on purpose for us Cobblemon fans in the future, trust. For real. Honestly, it took me a second, but I know what you're talking about now. This I spelled tackle wrong. I don't like this. This has caused me so many headaches, and I cannot understate how stupid it is. Like, if you watch the tutorial series that I uploaded, I even messed it up there because of how dumb it is. And it made me upset because I didn't want to re-record the entire data file thing just because I spelled one word wrong. I got one letter wrong, you know? Let's see. This thing gets headbutt. at whatever level this is. 18. I should just do the levels right now. 18, 21, 25, 28, 32. We need more rows. Exactly 4 more rows. There we go. And I'm just gonna copy this format. Boop. I get 35. And then we got 39. And then 42. And then... 45. Okay. Level 21, it learns... Ooh, Aqua Jet. I forgot I gave this thing Aqua Jet. Do you think it one-shots Pyro Work with that? No way, right? Endeavor. Water. Pulse. I think every time I give a Pokemon Aqua Jet, the question of the hour will be, do you think it could one-shot Pyro Work with that? Because if the answer is yes, then that's a good thing, because Pyro Work is not supposed to be that strong. But it is freakishly strong. Double Edge. Especially with the new ability I gave it. Amnesia. Muddy Water. Like, Pyro Work has an immaculate matchup into, like most, if not every, grass type or anything weak to, fire. Because this thing is just, like, it hits like a nuclear explosion, because that's what it is. I think what I can do now is just copy and paste some stuff from the other things. Tindorus, you learned Tail Whip, right? Or do you get Leer? I don't remember. No, you get Tail Whip. Whoop. Cafalo gets Tail Whip. I don't think anything gets Water Gun, surprisingly. Because I think Bublam gets Bubble. But it's fine, though, because they're the same move. Right? Pull up the attack decks. Jarvis, pull up the attack decks. Where's Water Gun? I scrolled too far. Water Gun. It has 2540. Bubble has 3040. This should have 2540. Okay. Defense Curl, I don't think I've given to anybody. Which is strange. What am I talking about? It's not strange. I just haven't done that yet. Okay. At least we will have it after we copy this. Where's Defense Curl? Here it is. 40. Okay. Oh, it's already... Okay. Well, I can get rid of that, I guess. And I can fix this and this, because that bothers me for no reason. Who gets Tackle? Furley, you get Tackle, right? Yes, you do. Nobody gets Mud Sport yet. Or Water Sport, for that matter. Unless Bublam gets Water. No, I think Bublam gets Soak. Excuse me. Mud Sport, 15. 15, like that. And then I need... Taravis gets a Dig, right? Yeah, I need this ground type thing. Mud Sport. Mud Shot can have that too. So can Mud Bomb. I might as well just fix all of these while we're at it. Double Edge. I need the water for Aqua Jet. Oops, I was copying the ground type one. My bad. Boop, boop. Endeavor. Double Edge. Water Pulse should be that. And now I need Psychic for Amnesia. Boom. Okay. pretty decent level up moveset. I mean, Cafalo isn't that good. Okay, I will say, Cafalo and Aptweet are like very much like early game filler Pokemon, but that's okay, I think, because they're not meant to be super powerful, but they're meant to be like usable, I think. I think usable is the usable derogatory, as Wolfie VGC would put it. Does Water Sport also have 15 power points per chance? Water Sport, yes it does. Boo-doo-boo-doo, boo-doo-boo-doo. Boop boop. And then they also don't miss. Horn Attack is learned by Canopine. Would you look at that? I know that one off the top of my head. Mudshot, I don't think I gave to anything, unless I gave it to, like, Roofant, but I don't think I did. I think Roofant used to learn, like, Mud Slap, but I got rid of it. Like, back when Roofant evolved at level 20, which was actually, like, 2 days ago for you guys, I gave him, like, a ton of extra moves that he didn't really need. Burgermon, when? That's a good question. When will we make a Burgermon? You know, I think if you beat this thing by exploding with a Pyrowork, then we'll have our Burgermon. I think that's what's gonna end up happening. You know? Mudshot. Where is Mudshot? Mudshot. 15, 55, 95. Ooh, interesting. I always forget I always forget Mudshot is like an actually good attack. Because I always just think of Mud Slap, and Mud Slap is just god-awful. This is physical, this is physical. Endeavor is physical, I think. This is physical, that's physical. Water Pulse. This goes there. And it goes there. He gets a surprisingly mixed moveset, which is cool. I like that. Well, actually, you know what? I forgot about this. Cafalo is a full-on mixed attacker. Its attack and special attack are the exact same. Okay. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I think Bovenile specializes more into special attack, but Cafalo's got pretty evenly spread stats, I would say. Aqua Jet can be learned by nobody, I don't think. Headbutt can be learned by... Ooh, Mascoon? Maybe? Headbutt. It cannot. Okay, cool. I don't think Headbutt's a TM anyway. Can Inkybird learn it? No. Actually, I think Nestreed was supposed to get a, it was supposed to get a signature ability that isn't a hidden ability. I think Kenai was supposed to actually be like a special ability, and I think what it's supposed to do is it makes healing moves that heal yourself, such as Roost, it turns them into like spread healing moves so that it also heals your allies. So if you were to use Roost, it would also heal your ally. If you were to use Heal Pulse, I don't know how that would work. I'm gonna be honest. The logic ends there. I don't know. But maybe we'll do that, maybe we won't. It depends on how motivated I am. Is that a bad thing? I feel like that might be a bad thing. Barbekion can learn Amnesia. Wait a second. Hold on. Am I being schizophrenic right now? Yes, I am. Okay, cool. It looked like these two are like spaced differently, but I guess not. Double Edge is learned by Raptor. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Whoop. Liquidation, I believe, can be learned. Liquidation and Water Pulse and Aqua Jet, I think, can all be learned by Tarovis in the TMs section. Could be wrong, though. Definitely gets Flip Turn, blah, 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 blah. Hydro Cannon, Hydro Pump, Hyper Beam, Ice Beam. Liquidation, here's that. Liquidation, and then we've got... Excuse me. Muddy Water, which we also need. Muddy Water. And then we need Water Pulse. I don't think Tarovis gets Aqua Jet. Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't. Water Pulse, though. Water Pulse is right here. And then the rest of the stuff, we can worry about that in a bit. Who gets Endeavor? I feel like Nestrede's got to get Endeavor, right? Maybe I'm just brain rotted because Staravia gets Endeavor, and this is kind of like Staravia. I think that's literally what just happened. I think this thing gets Endeavor. Yes, okay. Raktress get Endeavor, and so does Cafalo. Why? I don't know. I don't remember why. And then I think I just have to make Aqua Jet from scratch. 20, 40, 100. Yeah, I should have known that. It's just quick attack. 40. Okay. There is the level up moves. Okay. As for the TMs, we will do that when we make the Bovenile page. As for egg moves, I don't know yet. We'll figure that out too. For stat spreads, though, where is Bovenile or Cafalo? 40, 50, 45, 50. 40, 50, 45, 50. 40, 50, 45, 50. And then I believe it's, oops, 45, 55. Or it's 55, 45, or 45, it's 45, 55. Okay, cool. And the stat total for that is 285. 285. Okay. I hate when it does this. Ignore. The blue lines, I can't do anything about it. Cafalo is the plural form. It's like how buffalo is the plural form. We're gonna dupe this. We are going to rename it to number 022. Bovenile. There is like fuzz on my hand. Chat, I'm growing mold. Bovenile. Model images. This is gonna be confusing because Bovenile's got two forms, and I don't know how I'm going to necessarily, like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to convey that, because on Cerebi, when a Pokemon has multiple forms, it'll do so in a cool way. For example, let's bring up, like, Raticate. Or just Rattata works, actually. Check this out. Like, it has, okay. Okay, we'll just not show it then. I guess that's cool too. Give me not Vulpix. Give me freaking Ponyta. Where's Ponyta? Here it is. Here Ponyta is. See, Ponyta does cool stuff like this, where you can just toggle between the two, and then it has them down here. And I want to do that, but I don't know how to do that. We can mess with it a little bit, I think, but we're not gonna get too, we're not gonna like go too hard trying to figure it out. Because it would have like boop boop like that, and then there would be like a miniature chart. Insert table. And then it would have white outlines. Oops. I could actually just literally copy this chart now that I think about it. Please let me. Boop. And then I delete row. And then we do something like that. And then we do something like that. And then we copy the image into there. Look at that. And we drag the other one into here. There we go. Okay, but why is it all the way over here now? I don't get that. Large. Okay. Well, that's slightly problematic. I was kind of hoping that would be like in the middle of the page when I did that, you know? Boop. I don't know how the formatting in this works. I'm gonna be real with you. Boop 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 boop. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo 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 boo. I mean, I could always just like put this in the middle like that. Boop. And all we gotta do is center it. Which I should have done this in the opposite order, because now it's off to the side. Why are the charts not centered? I don't get it. Ah. But ideally you'd click on this and then it'd be like, oh, here's the other one. And then there would be a thing like this where it would say oop, not like that. Hello? There we go. Ha! Alternate forms. Like that. And then these guys would also be down here. But it would be centered and it would be formatted well. Like a professional did it. Copy, paste. Okay, well now it's not centered again. Hello? Center please, thank you. Thank you very much, appreciate. And then we do something like that. Whoop. And then it'll have little flavor text like this. Boop, 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 boop. It'll be like, hold on, probably like squawk abilities, if I had to guess. Why is there no Gen 9 option? Hello? Scarvio, where's squawk abilities? Pokedex entry, like thing. His form doesn't change and is dependent. Yes, okay. Bobanel's form doesn't change and is dependent on where it is caught / evolved. Eh? So we do just like a... boop. There we go. And then we can do river pattern. And then swamp pattern. Boop. I might also just do this. Whoop. There we go. Okay, check that out. Check that out. That is cool. This one can be a little bigger though. There we go. Okay, now what? and is dependent, right? On where it is caught. Where it was caught / evolved. Okay, there we go. Correct grammar, ladies and germs. Correct grammar. For this, I'm honestly considering just like forgoing that and just doing another row of mons, just like this. Whoop. Whoop. Kind of like that. And then we can just kind of 3.2 and then 3.2. And then we can boop, boop, boop. I'm actually gonna knock these down to 3 or just 3 actually. Like that. There we go. Now we got both boviniles. Both aniles. You heard my thought process and then immediately we're just like -2. You and me both, by the way. I need the ground type thing. Whoop. This thing is a water ground type, making it pretty dang strong in terms of typing, but pretty dang weak in terms of stats. Let me open up Bovinile's data and whatnot. Can I please view it? That would be nice if I could view the data. Bovinile. And then I need the spawn pool world of Bovinile. There we go. Okay. Check it out. Okay. Do you think... okay, no, they don't. They have different dex entries? That's crazy. My 2 Boviniles have the same dex entry. This thing can be like 3'10", which is 46 inches. 46 inches to meters. That's 1.2 meters. 1.2 meters. Nah, this thing's way bigger than that. This thing's like 4'10". 58 inches to meters. 1.5. Yeah, that's more like it. And then it'll weigh probably like... I don't know. It's not going to weigh as much as Cypertops, I don't think. It's going to weigh less than Cypertops. And Cypertops weighs, what, like 200 pounds? Yeah, this thing's going to weigh like... I don't know, like 191. completely obscure and what's the word I'm thinking of? Arbitrary. Completely arbitrary decision on my end. But I'm sure that's how Pokemon does it too. 86.6 kilograms. Capture rate can be... Ooh, 170. That's around the same as, like... Okay, Pyrowork is 120. What are Raktor and Raktress? 190. Okay, yeah, that works. Which I actually need to fix that in the... Oh, wait, no. Bovinile's catch rate is 190. Okay, I'm just dumb. And what is Cafalo's catch rate? Cafalo's catch rate is also 190. What was I on, chat? Was I on something? 190. Bovinile's catch rate in that case can be like 105. I don't know catch rates very well, and I'm just guesstimating at the moment. So we can say for now, Bovinile's catch rate will be 105. Okay. Blah 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 blah. What EVs does Bovenile give? 2 speed points. Which is weird, because he is not that fast. Yeah, no, this thing should only give 1 speed point. This thing only has 85 speed. Which, granted, faster than Cybertops, but, like, Cybertops gives 2 of something else, so... Oh well. Oh well. Whatever. Egg cycles 15, blah 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 blah. We got all that done. Is freshwater uncommon? I believe, right? Okay, no. Okay. Bovinile's is slightly different. Bovinile's is Cobblemon _ is river uncommon, and then separately is swamp. Whereas Cafalo's is freshwater. It just covers both of those, but we need to separate for Bovenile. Whatever. It's complicated. I don't know. Lang files, where is my boy Bovenile? There's that. And then... Is Telf? Really? I spelled it is Telf. Chat. Y'all need to, like, tell me when I spell stuff wrong in the Pokédex. Which I guess there's no way to view the dex entry, so I don't blame you, but, you know. Be a lot cooler if you did, you know. Kidding. Bovenile, do your level up moves change at all? I don't think they do. Water Gun, Defense Curl, Tackle, Mud Sport, Water Sport, Horn Attack, Mud Shot, Headbutt, Aqua Jet, Endeavor. No, wait, I'm looking at Cafalo. Oops. Yes, it does. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, right. It learns Bulldoze when it evolves, right? Is that true? Yes. Okay, I forgot about that. We need to insert row above. I need to find the... because I know, like, Barbekion definitely gets Bulldoze. Yep. We're gonna bold that. We're gonna unbold all the normal moves, because, you know, we don't need those anymore where we're going. We're gonna bold the ground moves. like that. Is this the first Pokemon that like dynamically changes its type from one to the other? It doesn't just like gain one along the way. I think it is. At least in our decks. Mud Bomb, Bulldoze, Mud Shot is bolded. I think that's everything. Mud Sport, level 1. Okay, Horn Attack, Mud Shot, Headbutt, Aqua Jet, Endeavor, Water Pulse. Mud Bomb is 32, Liquidation is 36, Double Edge is 40, Amnesia is 45, Muddy Water is 50. Okay. Easy. Okay. And then we go down to here. We delete all these. Except for Rock Smash, Strength, Flash, Surf, Waterfall, Dive. We keep all those. God, Shiny Squawk ability is weird looking. We need Attack Dex time. It's time to do TM moves. Let's go. I can close all my files on my other screen and I can see my OBS now. Let's go. Does Bovenile get Aerial Ace? Weirdly, I think so. I think it does. The user confounds its target with speed and then attacks. Like, considering Tyranitar can get Aerial Ace, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet. Ba-da-boo. Although, and this might just be me being picky, I'm gonna opt to not for now, and maybe we can come back to it. I think that's the play. Aqua Jet definitely can be learned as a TM. If it is a TM, it's not a TM. Okay, cool, moving on. Aqua Step is Quaquavel's move. Aqua Tail? Absolutely, this thing can learn Aqua Tail. It's not a TM. I'd love to see it. I'll make Aqua Tail an egg move, though. Aqua Tail. It is a water move, physical. It is 90, 90, I believe 10, right? Aqua Tail. Yes, it is 90, 90, 10. Okay, cool. What the Sigma? Okay. Me when I have to use my brain. Assurance. I feel like this thing could learn Assurance if it was a TM, but it's not a TM. Not Astonish, not that, not Aura Wheel, not Avalanche. I don't think this thing's gonna get ice moves, because this guy lives in, like, pretty warm areas. Bide, Bind, Bite, Blaze Kick, Blazing Torque, of course. Body Press, absolutely, I think. I think we can absolutely give this thing Body Press. I think it's safe to say that that is a good move for this thing to have. Especially since it procs with its defense stat. Because Bovenile has dog water defense. What am I talking about? Speaking of base stats, actually, I should do those now so I can keep my notepad closed forever. 60 HP, not very high. 85 attack, which isn't the worst. 70 defense. Okay, so body press actually isn't good on this thing. 90 special attack, which is okay. It's like Nothing crazy. 85 speed. 85 speed's alright, considering, like, the speed tiers in the region so far. Bovenile's BST is 460. Pretty standard. Pretty standard. Nothing crazy. Excuse me. Let's see here. Body Slam. Body Slam, I think, is a safe bet here. Who else gets Body Slam? Everything does, right? Everything? Yep, that's everything. Like that. And then we can do... See, this is the easy part, because I can just copy and paste everything. Why do I want to give this thing bounce? It shouldn't get bounce. All the bone moves don't make sense. Breaking Swipe. Bovenile does have tails, but I don't think they're tough tails. Brick Break, it does not have a thing. It does not have a limb with which it can chop. Brutal Swing would be cool. And it is not a TM, unfortunately. Bulldoze, yeah, this is a TM. Absolutely. I mean, it gets it through level up, so, like, of course it's gonna get Bulldoze. I don't know if... I think Kafala will probably be able to learn Bulldoze through TM. But not Earthquake. I think Earthquake's gonna wait till it evolves. Bullet Punch, Bullet Seed, Ceaseless Edge, Chip Away, Circle Throw, Clamp, Close Combat. Close Combat could be interesting. Why does Scizor get it? Crawdaunt. Does Bouffalant... Okay, if Bouffalant gets it... Okay, Bouffalant doesn't get it. Does Paldean and Tauros get Close Combat? I would imagine it does, right? Yeah, it does. What about regular Tauros? Did I just, like, scroll past that? No, regular Tauros doesn't get it. Interesting, interesting. Oh, wait, yes, regular Tauros does get it. Okay, I'm just blind. Considering how similar Tauros and Bovenile are, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to give Bovenile Close Combat. Hear me out. Plus Mudsdale gets it, and Mudsdale's kind of like a similar genre. Ursaluna. Mankey, Primate, those don't really count. I was looking for Bouffalant, but I guess that's not in Gen 9. But we can do Close Combat. Who else gets close? Does Taurovis get Close Combat? I don't think it does. I don't think anything gets Close Combat. That's fine. We can just make an entry for Close Combat. Oops. What is happening? Close Combat. Because this thing does, like, spar with its fellow Boveniles for fun. So, like, Close Combat would make sense, like, button horns and stuff. 100, 120, 5. Like that. Boo-da-boo-da-boo. Collision Course, Combat Torque, Comet Punch. Somebody was saying the other day, actually, I don't know why I'm just suddenly reminded of this. Somebody was saying the other day that Cybertops should get, like, Stone Edge, or, like, some sort of rock move. And I'm curious what y'all think about that, because right now, like, Taurovis just dies to like, Pyrowork just, like, outclasses, or, like, not outclasses, but, like, in any scenario where a Cybertops is fighting a Pyrowork, Pyrowork will always win, like, no matter what. And I think I'm okay with that. Because there's so many answers to Pyrowork that it's just like, it's fine if there are some incredibly good matchups that Pyrowork gets. Because, like, he should be able to take him where he can get him, you know? Especially if it's against the, like, potentially best setup starter Pokemon out of the 3. Like, competitively, I think Cybertops has the most potential, because he's got speed boost and, like, so much coverage. And, like, a really good attack stat, too. Counter? Is Counter a TM? I don't think it is. It's not. Interesting. We could give it Counter as an egg move, though. I think I'd be okay with that. Weirdly, I'm okay with giving these Mons, like... I don't know. I'm weirdly okay with giving them just, like, fighting moves, because Bovenile are kind of fighters by nature. Even if they're not fighting type. 20 power points on Encounter. Okay. Crab Hammer, Cross Chop, Cross Poison, Crunch, Crush Claw, Crush Grip, Cut, Darkest Lariat, Diamond Storm, Dig. Absolutely, this thing's getting Dig. Everything gets Dig. Everything has to get Dig, except Pyro Work. Bovenile, Dig. Dire Claw, Dive. It gets Dive. Absolutely, it gets Dive. Double Hit. Double Kick. Is Double Kick a TM? It's not, right? Yeah, no, it's not. Double Kick would be nice to have, but, like, it's kind of just such a weak move compared to other things it can get, so it's not that big a deal. Double Slap, Double Edge. Double Edge, it can learn through level up, so naturally it will get it through TM as well. Dragon Ascent, Dragon Claw, Dragon Darts, Dragon Hammer, Dragon Rush, Drain Punch, no, Drill Peck, Drill Run. I think, oh, here's Earthquake. I'm gonna be honest, I saw Earthquake and I immediately forgot what I was gonna say. Endeavor is not a TM. Yes, it is, never mind. I stand corrected. We can teach it Endeavor through TM. Why not? Boo doo boo doo boo doo boo. Explosion. Extreme Speed. Facade. It gets Facade already. Feint. Feint Attack. Fell Stinger. Fissure. Fissure's not a TM, right? It is? Okay. Oh, yeah, because the ZA DLC. Do I want to give this thing Fissure? Who am I kidding? Of course I do. That's so funny. Are you kidding me? 30 and then 5, right? Fissure doesn't have a base power. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Flail. Flails about aimlessly to attack. It's not a TM. Flame Charge, Flare Blitz, Flip Turn, of course. I think giving a lot of Mons access to, like, switch out moves like Flip Turn and U-Turn and stuff like that, weirdly enough, I think it balances itself out, because when you have so many options to switch out like that, it becomes not as, like, a niche strong thing. Which U-Turn, like, in the older Pokemon games, was very good for being a niche, really, like, good utility move. But then they just started giving it to everything, and I'm like, that's cool. It's not as valuable anymore, which I guess makes sense if they want to, like, focus on, like, the newer gimmicks and stuff for, like, the bulk of your strategy. And it's just like, oh yeah, we're used to this by now. We can just put it on anything we need at this point. Focus Punch, Force Palm, Foul Play. Foul Play could be interesting. I kind of want to give this thing foul play. Not gonna lie. Like, Persian gets foul play. Who else could... Why does Delibird get foul play? Glalie? I guess I can see Glalie. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, probably not. Fury attack, Fury cutter. Not really interested in that. Gear grind, Giga Impact, Glacial Lance, Glaive Rush, Guillotine, Gunk Shot, Gyro Ball, Hammer Arm, Hard Press, Crush with an Arm or Claw or the like. Okay, never mind. Head Charge. Only damages the user a little. Huh. Is Head Charge? No, there's no way Head Charge is a there's no way it's a TM move. What am I thinking? Headlong Rush? That's a good move to have. Head Smash I don't think is a TM. It's not. Okay, whatever. Head Smash could be a egg move though. I'm fine with that. Head Smash. Head Sam. Who gets rock moves? Does anybody get rock moves? I feel like Barbekion gets rock moves. Because for some reason fire types just like to get rock and ground moves. Yep, he gets rock tomb. I feel like Bovinile's gonna get rock tomb as well. Just because it's a ground type. And like ground types get rock moves, you know? Like maybe it won't get like rock slide. But it'll definitely get, well, maybe it will. Who knows? I like giving things lots of moves. 580, 150. 150. 80. 5. Okay. These are some good egg moves, not gonna lie to you. Headbutt, Headlong Rush is going to be... That is a TM, right? No, it's not. Okay, never mind. God... This thing's getting Headlong Rush. It is a ground version of Close Combat, so I'm just gonna copy the stuff for Close Combat. Maybe? Okay, I'm actually going to give it Headlong Rush instead of Head Smash. I feel like it can't have that many good moves. Who am I kidding? Of course it can. I'm not picky. We can balance. We can worry about balancing later, chat. We can worry about that later. We can worry about it later. It's not a big deal. Headlong Rush is 120. 105. Okay. Yippee. Yeah, Bovenile, we're gonna make up for Bovinile's god-awful stat spread and just give it 2 of the strongest rock ground moves that exist. Booty boo. That way it's like kind of balanced. Booty boo. This thing definitely gets headbutt, but headbutt's not a TM. Yippee. Whatever. It gets headbutt through level up. Cry about it. Heavy Slam's a TM, right? Yes. Heavy Slam can definitely be learned by this thing, I think. Maybe. Mamoswine can get it. That's like kinda like a buffalo. Okay, maybe it can't learn Heavy Slam. It wouldn't be that good for Heavy Slam anyway. It's not even that heavy. Compared to like other Mons. Hi, the Celestial. Thank you. Welcome in. I appreciate your compliment. How are you? How are you doing today? We're doing some wiki building today for our Fakemon region. So I hope you stay tuned for that, because we are deciding on TM moves right now. You've been getting back into MMORPGs and you found one called World of Kings off the Google Play Store. I think I've heard of that one. I don't really play MMORPGs, but I think I have heard of World of Kings. I think I see it in like the ads when I'm playing like the tower and I like play an ad to get gems, and like that's the kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. How is it though? Is it fun comparatively to like other ones? Boop, 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 boop. Boo. Boo boo doo doo. High horsepower. Absolutely, this thing gets high horsepower. Are you kidding me? Hold on, Cybertops. Let me steal that from you. Where is high horsepower? I'm honestly surprised I didn't give this thing high horsepower through level up. Like, that's how much this makes sense. 4 days you've been level grinding. Well, I hope you're having fun with that. You know what I've spent the last 4 days doing? I have spent the last 4 days obsessing over Pokemon cards, because I recently got my hands on a Ascended Heroes Elite Trainer box, courtesy of a friend of mine, to which I am very grateful. And I have the booklet here, and I ended up pulling like the Attack Art Gengar Mega, and I sold it. And then I just bought more Ascended Heroes Pokemon cards. You probably don't have any idea what I'm talking about, but it's okay. I would understand, because like a month ago I wouldn't have had any idea what I was talking about either. Hold on, is there anything I can replace in this thing's moveset to make room for for high horsepower? I kind of want to get rid of Double Edge and just give it high horsepower instead. Like, it just makes more sense. Like, get Double Edge out of here. It'll get how about this? It'll get Double Edge as a Cafalo, because it's still a normal type when it's a Cafalo, and then it evolves and it gets high horsepower instead. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Let's see here. Moving on, though. Horn Attack, I don't think is a TM. No, it's not, but he gets it anyway. I think. Yeah, he gets Horn Attack. Horn Drill. It's not a TM, but Fisher is. Do the math. Horn Leech. I'm not going to give this thing Horn Leech. It is too specialized. Hyper Drill, Hyper Fang. What happened to my model just now? None of the ice stuff, I don't think. Maybe it'll get Ice Spinner. Maybe. I'll look at these guys, and if any of them match the vibe, Dawn Fang gets Ice Spinner. Okay, maybe I do give this thing Ice Spinner. Dreadnought gets it. Yeah, why not? Ground types and water types get Ice Spinner. I'll give this thing Ice Spinner. I don't think I'm going to give it Triple Axle, though, because Triple Axle is more graceful, and I don't think this Water Buffalo is going to be very graceful. But, you know, you're free to have your own opinion on that. Bovenile. Whoop, Ice Spinner. I'm not going to give it Icicle Crash or anything else. Iron Head, I think, would be valid. Considering I gave a Grass type Iron Head, I think I can give a Water Ground type Iron Head. Considering my why does Milotic get Iron Head? Hello? Did they need to give it coverage for, like, one single Pokemon that's, like, a Rock type? And it just, like, doesn't learn enough Ice moves? Like, what's going on there? Or Water moves? Not Ice moves. Why did I say Ice moves? Boo. Ironhead. Bovenile. This guy's also supposed to get a signature move called Wallow, but it's literally just copy-pasted Amnesia, but it's a ground move instead of a psychic move, and I don't think that's really worth implementing. Unless it also does something like set up Mud Sport, which wouldn't even be that much more useful, but like... Ivy Cudgel. Yeah, let's give this thing an Ivy Cudgel. I like Ivy Cudgel, why not? Knockoff. Knockoff could be interesting. Knockoff is a very good... It's a very... Rainbow person is do programmer magic again? Hi, Kiki. Kind of. It depends on the extent you classify as programmer magic. We're working on our wiki today. Because if you didn't know, for a while on stream, every Friday, we've been doing just like wiki writing sessions where I just like go through and I document stuff. And we figure out what TMs our Pokemon can learn. Because, A, I don't have like a central documentation for this stuff yet. And B, I'm eventually gonna need to list TMs and like egg moves for these guys, so we may as well do it when we centralize all our data. Right now, we are working on the Caffalo line. And yeah, just kind of going through the TM list, talking about whatever we want, you know? Very chill. But yeah. How have you been? How is your end of week activities been going? If you have been partaking in any end of week activities. You're doing okay. That's good to hear. Your RimWorld broke though? Oh no. Not RimWorld. Okay. I have a confession. I always get RimWorld and RainWorld confused. Which one is the Metroidvania and which one is the not Metroidvania? RainWorld's the Metroidvania, right? You tried to revive it with mods tinkering? Yeah. Okay. Slug Cat. Yes, that one. The same thing happened to me. I'm not gonna lie, the same thing happened to me with my Binding of Isaac on Steam, because I have like the Repentagon launcher for that game because I have a lot of mods installed, so I needed like some of the mods require like a custom API and it comes with its own launcher, but like Repentagon updated to like a beta version of the game where none of the mods are, so if I try to load up the save that has all my mods that isn't the latest version, Repentagon will just like refuse to let me play the game because it's like an outdated version. And I'm kind of sad about that. But I'm also kind of not, because I feel like I put enough hours in the Binding of Isaac. You know what I mean? Speaking of hours, how many hours do you have in RimWorld? Gosh dang it. How many hours do you have in RimWorld? Because I have like 600 or 700 hours. Actually, I can check this right now. How many hours do I have in Binding of Isaac? 644. And I feel like that's enough. I got to the point where it was like only the stupid characters left to like full clear. And I just got to a point where it's just like, this isn't worth it. This is not worth my time. And that's when I started just installing every mod known to man, you know? Hey, what TM is this? Knockoff? I don't think we'll give Bovenile knockoff. Mods are so awesome in RimWorld. What kind of stuff is there? Because I'm very unversed in, like, the RimWorld kind of thing. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I used to think RimWorld was, like, an FPS game. But it looks more like like sci-fi Stardew Valley, something like that. I feel like I could be offending people when I say that, but that's what it looks like to me. Just off like a basic Google search. And I have played Stardew Valley, albeit for like 30 minutes. Like I always like, I think I've tried to play Stardew Valley twice, and both times I open the world and then I get anxiety because the clock like keeps going and counting the days, and like things keep happening, and then I get anxious because I'm like, I don't have time. Ah! And then I collapse in the field and fall asleep because I get exhausted. And then I wake up and the people are like... hey, we found you collapsed in the forest. Why'd you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I was planting seeds and chopping trees down to make room for planting seeds. And then I close the game, and then I don't reopen it for like months. Is magnitude a TM move? No, it's not. Cool. It's not even a real move. Planting seeds sounds sus. Well, maybe if you get your mind out of the gutter. Because I was talking about like seeds for like plants and like putting them in the soil in the ground. And then watering them and then waiting for them to grow. Never! Gutter is cozy. Not for me. This is a say-so stream. We only talk about wholesome things. And we keep our gallons. Let's see here. Metal Burst would be funny to just give to everything, but it's such a broken move that I need to reserve it for like the pseudo legendary, basically. I'll probably give Metal Burst to most of the Steel type Pokemon. Hold on, I said Steel type. That's gonna summon Koishi. Oh no. Oh mate. Well, I don't know why I said oh no. That's not a bad thing. Meteor Assault. What even is this attack? Oh, it's Sirfetched's move. Of course. Exactly, it's not sus, you've taken up botany. Yeah, exactly. Nestra literally, like, planted sugarcane and stuff. Yeah. How is that going, by the way? It's like, I know it grew more than... Okay. I'm blanking. I know you planted other things, and my bad memory is making me seem like a bad streamer right now, because I can't remember the other things you planted. But I remember that you planted, like, 2 other things. And now I feel like a jerk, because I can't remember what they were. I want to say onions, but I feel like that's not right. Because I think one of my IRL friends planted an onion, and that's why I'm thinking about that. God, now I want something with onions. Gosh dang it. You need to make something because there's something killing them. It might be the dirt, which sucks, but luckily you have a lot left over. I don't know. I do hope you figure out what's wrong with it, because I unfortunately can't be of much help, because I'm the type of person who manages to kill a bamboo plant. And yes, this has happened before. Because I am just like completely incompetent when it comes to keeping plants. The sugarcane grew 8 inches in a span of 5 days. Dang! That's crazy. That's like biblically large. What other moves should this guy learn? Power Trip would be fun. I keep forgetting Power Trip's not a TM because it's such a cool move. It's such a cool move to have. It was directly embedded into the napkin too. That's 5 inches of root. Wow. That's so cool. Man, I wanna grow plants. I'm just like woefully incapable of keeping plants, but if I was better at it, I would totally keep like a bunch of plants. Because they're pretty and they smell nice sometimes. I don't think my room has the right climate though, because every time I turn on my PC, my room turns into like the stuffiest place you've ever been. And it's like 5 degrees warmer than the rest of the place. And it's like, I don't know. I can't exactly open a window, because then, you know what would happen if I did that. Let's see here. Pursuit would be interesting, but I don't think... Is Rage a TM? No, it's not. It doesn't exist. Raging Bull. The move's type depends on the user's form. That would make sense for Bovenile. Unfortunately, it is Paldean Tauros' ability. Use a fluorescent light strip and it works pretty good. What about temperature? I feel like temperature would... I guess the fluorescent light strip would be good for temperature, I guess. Or unless no, because is that fluorescent light strip also like a heat light? Or is it like just for the lighting? Because when it comes, I don't know. I'm very unknowledgeable and very incompetent to a biblical degree when it comes to growing plants. Because right now, I guess my room's kind of a decent temperature right now. It's actually pretty nice. But that's because I'm not like running Blockbench or Minecraft on my PC right now, which when I do that, it becomes like 83 degrees in here and it's stupid. Razor Shell. Unfortunately, Bovenile does not have shells because it is not a saltwater creature, and shells are found at the ocean generally. Retaliate, return. Retaliate would be cool. It's not a TM, never mind. Reversal would be cool. We can do reversal. I think that's okay. Who learns? Does anybody get reversal, actually? I don't think Barbekion doesn't. Does Cybertops? No. Okay, we'll have to make a new entry for reversal. We can do that. Reversal has nothing for the power because it is a variable damage, and I believe that was 15, but I'm blind, so I might be wrong. No, it's 15. Okay. Rock Blast, Rock Climb, Rock Slide. Rock Slide could be nice. I think Rock Slide is fair. I think Rock Slide and Rock Tomb are fair game. Excuse me. So Rock Tomb should be there. Rock Slide. Rock Slide has what? Like 80 power? I don't remember. 75 power, 90 accuracy. Okay, I had a feeling there was a 5 in there somewhere, but I didn't know if it was the power or the accuracy. 15 power points? 10. Okay. Deep. Rock Wrecker would be funny, but only it's Rhyperier's move. I swear, I thought Crustle could learn Rock Wrecker. Because he did that in the anime, I remember. Because, I think Sylan in the anime had a Crustle that knew Rock Wrecker. Or maybe I'm just dumb. Or maybe it's in a different generation. Like if we go back. Yeah, Crustle can get it. Okay. I'm not crazy. Rolling kick is not real. Rollout. Rollout would make sense, but I don't think it's a TM. So the way it works is you put a seed in a closed transparent space and trap humidity and allow light to come in. Your room has terrible insulation, but it's still able to sprout seeds because it's in an enclosed, humid environment. You're still worried about that? You can get block foam slates from Dollar Tree, make a box without a top, and surround the little plant pot and have the light hang overhead. It's what you're going to attempt in a bit. Oh, interesting. You brought black foam boards to cut into a stand. That's neat. If I had funds, maybe I would do that. I'll be honest, I don't think I have anywhere in my room currently to like put plants. Can I be honest? Boop, 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 boo, doo, boo, doo. Like I have a fake plant, but I think I got rid of it. Yeah, I used to have a fake plant, but I got rid of it not too long ago. Let's see here. I guess that's a callback to just me at the beginning of stream talking about recruitment hell. Oops. But what can you do? Sand Tomb? Does this thing learn Sand Tomb? It's not a TM. It is a TM. Curious. Well, Whiscash and Swampert can learn it, but Quagsire can't. Well, Quagsire's okay. Can Seismitoad learn it? No. I would say yes to Sand Tomb because of theming, and that's it. Also, I could have sworn Sand Tomb was a physical attack or a special attack. 85-15. 85-15. Okay. To that effect, I think this thing can also get Scorching Sands. You'd be surprised. You can use string and those little hooks that stick to the wall and 2 foam boards slated on top of each other with the corner angle to be a hanging shelf. Also stuff I got from Dollar Tree. That is fair. I could always dabble in like hanging things in my room. I don't know. There's not a lot of spots to do that either. Now I'm looking around. You have to get hella creative with thin, terrible walls. I think the main issue I have is that my room is already like completely full of stuff. Like I've run out of space for extra decor because it's already full, you know? And yes, I say decor, not junk. I keep my room mostly clean. Boo. I just want to say that before before anybody calls me out, because I know they will. Should teach this thing Scratch. No way. Let's see here. Slash Smackdown. Smackdown could be interesting. I don't know. Why does... Okay, I don't get why this has it. But junk is my favorite. You call everything you have junk. I don't know. There's definitely stuff in my room that I'd be okay with parting with. It's just like... Then I'd have to go through and I'd have to rearrange stuff. I actually have... Like... Okay, I do actually have a couple stacks of like TurboGrafx era like game cartridges that I need to sell. But I've never bothered to, like, go through and sell them because the cases are in, like, super terrible condition. But I guess that shouldn't stop me. Heck, I think one of them's actually still sealed. Which is insane. But I don't know. Do you think PSA grades in television game cartridges? Well, I'm not gonna give this thing Smackdown. I'm sorry. Smart Strike though. Bovenile do be having horns. I'm gonna say yes to Smart Strike. I think the rule with Smart Strike is if you have horns, you can learn Smart Strike. Boop. Spin out, Spirit Break, Steamroller is not real. Steel Roller. Who gets Steel Roller? Iron Treads. Okay, cool. This did not used to be a signature move, by the way. Can I just say, there used to be so many other things I could learn Steel Roller. That's crazy. Steel Wing, no. Stomp, no. Stomping Tantrum. Yes. I think Barbekion definitely gets that. He doesn't. Okay, never mind. I think Cybertops definitely gets that. He doesn't. Okay, I think Raptor definitely gets Stomping Tantrum. Right? No, okay. Nobody gets the move except for this guy. Stomping Tantrum. Ground move. Physical. I'm just gonna copy this, honestly. If it'll let me. I love Google Docs. I love how it formats things for me, and I don't have to. It gets cut out mid-sentence because I don't know. Because I'm lying and I'm being silenced. Boop boop. gets murked by Google themselves for false advertising their product. Stomping Tantrum, you can be highlighted because you're a ground move, and Bovenile's a ground type. Stone Axe, Stone Edge. Stone Edge? Eh. Sure, why not? Sure, this thing can learn Stone Edge. Why not? 185. Not 85. 85. Storm Throw Strength. It already has Strength. Submission does not exist. Sucker Punch is not a TM. Superpower is not a TM either, but it wouldn't get that anyway. Takedown. This thing definitely gets Takedown. Did I not give this thing Giga Impact? Am I an idiot? I just realized I didn't give this thing Giga Impact. Oops. This thing needs to have Giga Impact. Because everything gets Giga Impact. That's one of those, like, universal moves that fully evolved Pokemon get. Same with Hyper Beam, I believe. Boop! Tectonic Rage is a Z move. Thief, no. Thrash, is that a TM? It's not. Throat Chop would be interesting. I'll teach this thing Throat Chop. Why not? Throat Chop. Why? I feel like it. I need the dark type move. Boop. And we can do 80, 100, 15, like that. Thunder Fang, Thunder Punch, none of that. Triple Arrows, Triple Axle, I don't think is going to be a move that this thing learns. Which, it's whatever, because it already gets an ice move. U-turn? No. It already gets flip turn. It does not need the coverage. Well, it might need the coverage. I just don't want to give it to him. Because I'm a jerk. Waterfall, Wave Crash is not a TM. Wicked Blow, Wicked Torque, Wild Charge, Wing Attack. Zen Headbutt? If this is a TM, then yeah, absolutely Zen Headbutt. Who else gets... Surely Cybertops gets Zen Headbutt. It doesn't? What? Why am I so distraught by this? I thought surely. Surely the fairy type gets a psychic move. Yes, okay, cool. Bovenile, you can learn Zen Headbutt. There we go. On to the special moves. Yippee! Yippee! We're like halfway there, basically. Absorb, Acid, Acid Downpour, Acid Spray, Aeroblast, All Out Pummeling, Ancient Power, no. Apple Acid, Armor Cannon, Aura Sphere, no. Batty Bad, Belch, Blast Burn, can't get that. Not Blizzard, not Blood Moon. Can you imagine? Brine is not a TM. Bubble's also not a TM, but Bubble Beam is, I believe. No, it's not. Never mind. Buzzy Buzz, Chatter, Chilling Water. Absolutely Chilling Water. Chilling Water, we can do... not Dark Pulse, not Dazzling Gleam, I don't think. What am I talking about? Of course not Dazzling Gleam. Dragon Breath? No. I don't think this thing gets any dragon moves. Earth Power, absolutely Earth Power. Surely Barbekion gets Earth Power, right? Barbekion's like the herald of just having random ground moves for no reason. Okay, it doesn't have Earth Power. Never mind. Earth Power. That's not how you spell power. I don't know what base power this move is. 90, 110. Okay, cool. Ta-da! Echoed Voice, Eerie Spell, Ember, Energy Ball. None of this stuff. Esper Wing, Expanding Force, Extrasensory. This thing would be interesting if it learned Extrasensory, but I believe that's not a TM, yeah. Extrasensory is one of those moves where, like, Pokemon get it that you wouldn't expect. It's strange. Freeze Dry would not make a lot of sense. Glitzy Glow, Grass Knot. Does this thing get Grass Knot? Chat. Flip a coin. Does this thing get Grass Knot? I literally have no opinion on this. Because Grass Knot's stupid, and I hate it. I'm gonna flip a coin in a different window. And if the coin lands on heads, if the coin lands on heads, we can give it Grass Knot. It landed on heads. Okay. I hope I didn't dox myself by doing that. because I couldn't see what it was showing on OBS. But you know what? It's fine. We're giving this thing Grass Knot. The odds are in the favor of coverage. I think that's literally how we're going to determine if things can learn Grass Knot from now on. We're just going to flip a coin. Because it's like, there's no better way to do it. Gust, Heat Wave, Hidden Power. It already gets it already gets Hidden Power, not Heat Wave. Hydro Pump should be something that it gets. Hyper Beam should be something that it gets. Hydro Pump, Hyper Beam. Hydro Pump, Hyper Beam. Hydro Pump, Hyper Beam. How about Ice Beam, though? I don't know how I feel about Ice Beam. Can I be real? I'm leaning more towards no for Ice Beam. I'm thinking most ice moves. I don't think this thing's gonna get a whole lot of ice moves. Inferno. Lava Plume, Leaf Storm, Leaf Tornado. Light that burns the sky. Of course. Meteor Beam. I don't think Bovinile's capable of gathering energy from space, unfortunately. Mud Bomb. Oh, of course. This move doesn't exist. Okay, cool. Mud Shot should be a TM. Yep. Mud Shot. Mud Slap as well? Is it TM? Yes. Mud Slap. Bold. This thing has literally 20 power. Yeah, excuse me. 20, 100, 10. Mud Slap only has 10 power points? That's criminal. Not only is the move terrible, it also has no power points. You can be special move, why not? I'm gonna need more of these, though. Insert row below. Make the opaque deer clear. Or is it turn that opaque deer clear? I think it's turn that opaque deer clear. Muddy Water shouldn't be a TM. It is a TM. I'm dumb. Okay, cool. Boop. Then we got Mystical Fire, Mystical Power. What is Mystical Power? Oh, I think I asked that exact question in a different stream. Let's see here. Obviously, we give it Origin Pulse. Hey, Game Freak, when are you gonna give Mega Blastoise Origin Pulse? I think it'd be really funny. Like, you include it in the category Pulse moves for Pokemon with the ability Mega Launcher, of which there are 2, and they're both water types, and you didn't give any of them the water type super strong Pulse move. Like, I get that it's, like, Kyogre's move, but, like, come on, man. Like, complete party pooper, am I right? Power Gem? No. Prismatic Laser. Prismatic Laser's a crazy attack. Psychic, no. Razor Wind, no. Roar of Time, round. Ruination, Sandsear Storm. That's like the next, that's the evolution of Simisear, Sandsear. Scald and Scorching Sands. I think Scald isn't, it is a TM. Okay, cool. Where is Tarovis? Surely you get Scald. Okay, yeah. I was about to say. Like, no way I didn't give it Scald. Okay. Scald and Scorching Sands, I believe Barbekion should have. And if he doesn't... Okay, there we go. Boop. Scorching Sands. Searing Shot, Secret Sword, Seed Flare, other things. Sheer Cold, Shockwave, Signal Beam, Sludge, Sludge Bomb, Snore, Solar Beam, Spatial Rend. Steel Beam, of course. Surf already has it. Tectonic Rage, that's the Z move. Terra Blast. Should definitely get Terra Blast. Everything should get Terra Blast. Terrain Pulse is interesting. Because in Gen 8, like, everything could get Terrain Pulse. And I feel like other Pokemon should be able to get Terrain Pulse. Because they turned so many moves from Gen 8 DLC into signature moves, and I kind of don't like that. Like, they turned Terrain Pulse into a signature move, they turned Expanding Force into a signature move. I mean, granted, maybe they were just, like, giving sneak peeks of, like, what they're working on for Gen 9. That could be, like, the entire thing, and they just gave it to everything because the signature Pokemon didn't exist yet. That's, like, my only theory, because otherwise, it was just a stupid decision. Boom, bam, bam, bam. I, for one, will be giving these to Pokemon. But only the ones that I feel like would use it well. Like, for example, I think Taurovis should have Terrain Pulse, and if he doesn't, I'm going to give it to him right now. And this is a completely arbitrary decision that I made right now. But you know what? I don't care, because I think it's lame that only one Pokemon in the entire game gets Terrain Pulse. 10, 50, 100. There we go. I'm not giving it to anybody else, by the way. Just Taurovis. Fine, I'll give it to his pre-Evos, too. Whoop. Copy. Paste. And then Bubblam can get Terrain Pulse as well. Boop. Because I think Furley and Barbekion get Weather Ball. Yeah, Barbekion gets Weather Ball. Cybertops also gets Weather Ball, I think, yes. And then Taurovis gets Weather Ball too. Whatever. Whatever. Don't care. Thunder, all that. I did all that already. Uproar, Vacuum Wave, Venoshock, Volt Switch, Water Gun, Water Pledge, Water Pulse. I think Water Pulse, Weather Ball, Whirlpool, maybe? Yeah. Water Pulse, Whirlpool, Weather Ball. Boop. Water Pulse. Weather Ball, Whirlpool. Like that. Now we move on to status moves, and then we'll be almost done for today. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow. It's not gonna get acid armor. Not gonna get after you. Not agility. Not ally switch. Amnesia, yes. Considering it gets amnesia already. Boo-doo. Aqua Ring? Abso-freaking-lutely. It's not a TM. You know what? It's already in the egg moves. I'll just keep it there. Aromatherapy, Assist Attract, Royvale, Baneful Bunger, Baton Pass, Belly Drum, Bestow, Block, Bulk Up, Calm Mind, I think Calm Mind. Maybe. Yeah, I think this thing can get Calm Mind. I think it would be a fun little buff. It is a very volatile move, so I gotta be careful, but I think Bovenile could benefit. I think absolutely Bovenile benefits from Calm Mind. Because he has really no way to boost his special attack. I mean, he is a special attacker, so it's like... On that note, I might also give him Bulk Up. No. But I will give him Work Up. I think Work Up would be nice. Let's see here. Charge, Charm, Coaching, Coil, Confide, Confuse Ray, Copycat, Curse. I think he gets Curse already. He doesn't, but he should. Because, like, everything can learn Curse. Or, like, almost everything can learn Curse. Mascoon, you can learn Shadow Ball, right? That's a ghost move. There we go. Curse has how many power points? Probably 10, yeah. 10 power points. Everybody gets a power point. Then we get Decorate, Defender Order, Defense Curl, Detect, Disable, Doodle, Double Team. I'm not really feeling any of these. Endure, he already gets Endure. What am I talking about? Lower Shield, Focus Energy, Follow Me, Foresight, Force Curse, Gear Up, Geomancy, Glare, Grass Whistle, Growth, Grudge, Guard Split. All these are so lame. Imprison is interesting. I don't know why I want to give this thing Imprison. It's normally learned by Psychic types only, so it's like, yeah, maybe not. Not Iron Defense. Life Dew, though, is not a TM. I swear it was at some point. Maybe not. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe I'm freaking crazy. As for Light Screen Reflect, I don't think I'm gonna give it to Bovenile. It would be nice. It would be interesting, but I don't think I will. I think they're more of an attacky and not defendy kind of person. Like, if anything, I'd give it to Apicapo over Bovenile. Because at that point, you already have like a better grass type that also gets Light Screen Reflect in Cybertops, because Cybertops is just better than Apicapo. But it's like, might as well give it to both, you know? Misty Terrain, Moonlight, Morning Sun, Mud Sport is not a TM, but you know what? It's fine. Noble Roar, Obstruct, Octolock, Pain Split, Parting Shot, Perish Song, Play Nice, Poison Gas. Imagine if this thing got Parting Shot. We need to decide on a Pokemon to give Parting Shot to. Protect, Psych Up. Psych Up would be interesting. I don't really like it, though. Especially since it has to do with, like, hypnotizing. And I don't think... Unless we have some other, like, dumb Pokemon that can learn it. That, like, does not have brain power. Like, Slowpoke makes sense because he's a Psychic type. Even if he is dumb. Like, right? Same deal with Dunsparce. Love this is interesting. I don't know. You know what? I think, you know, I will give it Psych Up. I will. Weird pick, but hear me out here. I feel like he falls into the same category as like Slowbro. Like non-derogatory. 10 PowerPoints. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Absolutely gets a Rain Dance. Excuse me. Where's my Rain Dance? Hello? Oh, I just didn't scroll up far enough. I'm an idiot. Newsflash. Neon is an idiot, as per usual. Let's go. Let's go. Revival Blessing, Roar, Rock Polish, Roleplay. Sandstorm feels like a weird pick. I don't know how I feel about Sandstorm. But also, why can Moltres learn Sandstorm, okay? I don't know. It's such a weird move. I'm gonna say no. It's a very tough no, though. I think no. You know what? Screw it. When in doubt, always vote more variety. Sandstorm has 10 power points though, as opposed to Rain Dance, which doesn't, which makes no sense. Why? Is Sandstorm just... I guess Sandstorm is just worse. Scary Face also I kind of want to do. Whoop. I'm going to copy this, put it all down here. Scary Face is another one of these things where it's like... it does have accuracy. Screech, Sharpen, Shedtail, Shell Smash, Shelter, Shift Gear, Shore Up, Simple Beam, Sing, Sketch, Slack Off, Sleep Talk, Soft Boiled, Speed Swap. All these are kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. Tail Glow, Tail Whip, Tailwind, Take Heart, Tar Shot. No. Taunt, Tearful Look. Taunt would be interesting, but I don't think it's a TM. It is a TM. Sure, we'll give it Taunt. Who else can get Taunt? I know somebody can get Taunt. Is it Raktor? No. Who gets Taunt? Somebody gets Taunt. It's Alatin. He gets Taunt. There we go. Tearful Look, Tea Time, Theater Dance, Telekinesis, Teleport, Thunderwave, Tickle, Tidy Up, Topsy-Turvy, Torment. I'm not going to give it Torment, though. Transform, Trick, Trick Room, Trick or Treat, Venom Drench, Water Sport, Whirlwind, Walgo, Witch, Withdraw, Wonder Room, Work Up. Work Up, okay. This is the last move that'll give it Work Up. 30 power. Okay. Delete 3 rows. And then we can delete this. Here's the egg moves that it gets. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's first of all, let's organize these. Not... Okay. Whoop. First of all, this is way more TM moves than I normally do, which I think is a good thing. I think it's good to have like a larger variety of TM moves. I think it's better to have more than it is to have less. We're gonna have Sort Ascending. That's not right. Sort Table Ascending, please. There we go. Okay. Now we have that, and then I can sort this by ascending as well. Copy this into Cafalo's egg moves. And then Cafalo can also have these TMs, except we're going to get rid of a few. Okay. For example, we are going to get rid of Body Press. No, we're not. We're going to get rid of Close Combat. We're going to get rid of Earthquake. We're going to get rid of Fissure. Going to get rid of Giga Impact. And we're going to get rid of... Let's see. We're going to get rid of Hyper Beam. This is a Pokemon Masters theme, but I don't know what it is. Never mind, it's End's theme. Smart Strike, Snore, Stomping Tantrum, Stone Edge, Strength, Substitute, Surf, Takedown. I'm gonna get rid of Throat Chop. All the rest of this stuff, though, pretty straightforward. Maybe Stone Edge. There we go. Okay, I think that works. I'm happy with that. We got all of Cafalo's moves, all of this, the waiting Pokemon. Oh, I forgot one thing, though. Go to Bovenile. We gotta change the classification from waiting Pokemon to Peloid Pokemon, because he has a different classification. Okay, Bovenile. I think that's everything we have to do for today's stream. We got that. We got Furley and Tarovis's base stats redistributed. We got Pyroworks' new ability documented. We got Detonate here. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done for today. It has been a 2.5-hour stream, which is okay. But yeah, I think we're going to call it here for today. So, with that all being said, I want to thank everybody so much for watching. If you're on YouTube or Twitch or chatting or lurking, thank every single one of you. If you want to know more about the Pokemon that I make, if you're like curious about them and you want to know more, I have a short series on YouTube you should check out, and if you want to know when I go live, or you want to see sneak peeks, or you want to see me shit posting, you should follow me on Twitter. But yeah, with all that being said, keep a lookout for the schedule. That'll be out on Sunday. And yeah, I will see you guys next week, okay? But until then, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.